All right, Nick Aiken back at it with another off the radar interview. Today I'm joined by a young lady who was the first female rapper to sign with Murder Inc. Not only that, she's also known as being one of the most influential female rappers of all time. That's right, I'm talking about the lovely Vita. Vita, how we doing?
Vida, vida, la vida. I'm good. La Vita Reynor is doing good. Life is about ups and life is about downs. And through my journey, I've maintained I'm in a better place in life, meaning just being positive and taking things for what it is. So, yeah, I'm here. I'm
Excellent.
in the Bay right now. Originally, I'm from Jersey, moved to Atlanta, and I go back and forth to Cali now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump into your career shortly, but I want to know what is Vita up to in 2020?
Hmm. Wow, Vita's up to a few things. I started a small business. The brand is La Vie Marquis. That's LAVIEMARKI. The website is www.vitababybaby.com, and I sell one of a kind pieces. I just also finished up a book of quotes. I'm working on another book, and I'm also going to be working on a project that I can't really speak on, but I believe is definitely going to be a good look for me again. So I'm excited about all the positive energy I've been getting from people and from myself, and I'm just ready to work.
All right, hashtag big things popping for Vita, right?
Yeah, baby. Yeah, Vita baby,
All
baby.
right, awesome. So where can we get that book, the first one that you said that was out?
Well, I'm going to be publishing it on Amazon. It's not out yet, but it will be.
Okay,
So you guys stay tuned. I know I've been promising you guys a lot of things for over the years, and I've been selfish with my life. I've lost my mom. I've walked away from situations, and I've been loving on me. So with getting things in order, it's just been taking me some time, and I feel like everything happens in time. So just continue to be patient.
awesome. Be patient. We're glad to see you back. Now, that kind of brings me to another question I was going to ask. So, when I research your career and look up for interviews, why is it so difficult to find interviews for you maybe in the last 10, 15 years?
Woo! I don't like interviews.
Oh,
And probably because of the era that I come from. When you come from power in a major engine, you're used to being on everybody's radio stations. And when Murder Inc. had their situation, things just went left. So I felt like either people support you or they don't. Um, Me visiting a lot of different states, I've noticed, Atlanta, Miami, they support their artists. And I see New York, no disrespect to none of the DJs, but I see you guys supporting a lot of independent artists more. And I would love to see that because the game is hard alone. And when you're trying to be an independent artist, everybody's a YouTube superstars now. At one point, wasn't able to even get near a star or touch a star. So, everybody wants to be on TV. And I just feel like with the independent stars outside of streaming, if we can continue to get support from DJs, independent or deal, would be great.
okay. So, you say you don't like interviews. First off, thank you for giving me some time today. I appreciate it. Now, did you have issues with other reporters or interviews? Were there bad questions that asked? Can you give me some examples, maybe?
Yeah, let's get back to that. I don't think I answered that clearly. I just feel like, doing interviews was very intimidating. Instead of getting to know the person and the artist, people would just come boom straight. You just wasn't really sure how people would come at you. So I would just stay out of the fire and be like, I don't know. I felt like if there wasn't nothing else for me to promote, then there was no need for me to just be on people radio stations talking about the BS that's not putting no money in my pocket.
Smart. Okay. Huh. Can you think of a bad or an awkward question somebody asked you that you're like, what the heck?
Yeah. Let's go back to something recent or something from the past.
One of the best examples you can give me. It can be recent, it can be the past, whatever you prefer.
Let me think of something. Hmm. Okay, I'll touch on the ladies. Um, I remember a long time ago, I think we were on MTV, and me being the first lady of Murder Inc. When after me there was Ashanti, and after Ashanti there was Charlie, and we were on MTV, and people wanted to know how I felt about Charlie album coming out before mine, but you're not queued up to questions on what they may ask you sometimes. So everybody was just like, wow, what is she going to say?
Right.
And I answered it correctly. I had no problem. I felt no pressure. And the way I answered the question, me remembering it, was, I'm a half a cup just waiting to be full. And Charlie was doing music before me. That's like the big sis. She trying to do her thing. So either way it go, I'm going to be cool with it. I've never been intimidated by women. I've worked with Hype Williams where he had me next to all different types of beautiful women. And we've always stood at our own to know that we are one and no one is us. So, boom, that was one of the questions.
Excellent.
Because it was right on TV, no cue, everybody staring at you. It's like, wow, what is she going to say? So it was like the setup question,
Gotcha. You brought up Charlie Baltimore. How is your relationship with her today? Do you guys keep in contact?
Yeah, she actually hit me up recently. We're going to talk.
Okay. Very nice.
I don't talk to her all the time, but she made contact. We may reach out, DM once in a blue moon.
Good to hear. Very good. All right. So I want to start at the beginning. How did you get your whole start in entertainment?
How did I get my start in entertainment? I left Morgan State. I went to Morgan State knowingly that we couldn't really afford it at the time. Yeah, my father people had money, but my mom people didn't. But regardless, I didn't have any big grants. I didn't have any scholarships, so I walked away from Morgan State, and I met Grace Del Marco. Grace Del Marco sent me on a Sears commercial. I did the Sears commercial. I met Hype Williams. I let him listen to a CD of mine, a song I did called "I Stay Low Key for Those That Want to Know Me," and he was like, "Wow, I like that." So later, they sent me on another interview, and I met Winsome Sinclair. She's a casting director on IG. Follow her. She cast me for Belly, and they called me back 3 times. And the third time, I actually met Hype Williams and had to interact with the actual 16-year-old. And he loved me. I got the role, and I remember leaving, and he wanted to know, like, why you never told me Kima was your sister from Toto? And I'm like, because I never wanted you to like me because I'm Kima's sister from Toto. I wanted you to like me for me. And he was just dying, laughing, cracking up. And I had a job at the time working for Belco on behalf of Bell Atlantic. And they used to call my phone all the time. I was like, Lavita Rain is speaking. How may I help you? And he's like, when are you going to quit this job? And I'm like, when I get this money. So we started working on Belly, doing so many meetings and rehearsals and things, and everything just kind of took off from there. So Belly was definitely something that opened up doors for me. I was going by the name Hot Toddy at the time. I had a song on the soundtrack called Two Sides, and I also was on a song called Dogs for Life with DMX, Nas, myself, and I believe Ja Rule was on there as well.
Okay. So you gave me so much there. Why did you switch your name? I guess let's start there.
Hot toddy, I'm not sure if you know what that is, but that's like tea with honey, lemon, and liquor. And it was a little spicy, and that's like my character and my personality a little bit. I'm laid back, but I'm many things. I'm everything in one, depending on how you find me. So, I don't know. I just felt like my real name, Lavita Raynor, was unique, and I wanted to run with Vita. So I changed it.
Sure. So Belly's still getting a lot of airplay on Netflix, I've noticed. Great movie. How was it working with DMX? And you had the song with him as well.
DMX is funny. That is my dude. He's just a really good guy, good personality outside of the industry. He makes everybody laugh. Good actor. It was great working with him. I feel that he will be a great actor more in the future, and I had so much fun. So like, Kiana, come here, turn around. Let me see it. So like, he was funny.
That was a very solid
a lot
DMX
of
impression, by
memories,
the way.
and that movie is definitely a classic. Shout out to DMX, Terrell Hicks, Nas, T-Boz, and of course Hype Williams.
Okay. Who's a better rapper, DMX or Nas?
Ooh,
Hard one.
you can't compare them because for me, on how my brain think, they're two totally different creatures. They
They
talk
are.
about two totally different things, so they're in their own lane. They're
Yeah,
both great to me.
good answer. I'm a big fan of both. I honestly, in my opinion, I think DMX is one of the best of all time. Would you agree with that? Or
Definitely. He's street. Nas is street too, but he's political. He talks to the people. He teaches you. He gives you lessons about life and the world.
yeah,
DMX is going to give you pain. DMX is going to teach. No disrespect that his life didn't matter at one point, and he's telling you his story, but he's showing you strength from a lot of things that he's been through. So. Um, He's just had a harder life to me than Nas.
hmm
Their stories are not the same,
yeah.
so I don't compare them.
And yeah, you made up a good point how they're kind of in different lanes, but at the same time, they're both so articulate and they're both such great storytellers. But you said they're still in different lanes, which I 100% agree with.
Oh, they're great with the pen when they
hmm
make the pen swirl. That's not the point. The point is, for me, on my opinion, is the reason why I keep them in two totally different lanes because their pain is different
It is.
and what they speak on is different. So I can't compare. I can't compare them to. They'll
Excellent.
always have their they'll always have their crowns to me and stay in their own lane. There's enough room for everybody.
Definitely. All right. So you had your sister, Kima, who's in Total. You kind of kept that a secret. You didn't want people to love you because of the sister thing. Now, obviously, she was in a successful group called Total. She was with P. Diddy and Bad Boy Records. She obviously a singer. Did you originally want to sing yourself, or did you always know rap was your meal ticket?
I've always played around with both. I love to sing hooks. And I had a friend from Plainfield High School who used to rhyme. And we used to all play around with it. And my sister was so cool with so many people in the industry. And the first person who recognized that they liked my voice was Missy Elliott. And keep it short, she was interested in me and Nicole Ray as artists at one point, and that just didn't happen. But she was cool with my sister and everybody, and I've always respected her as an artist, and um, yeah, I've been around that whole era, Bad Boy era, Biggie. My sister was cool. I remember Biggie coming to our house, coming to my sister parties, supporting her. So you meet some really good people in the past and during your journey in this field.
Gotcha.
Definitely.
So I know you never did a song with Biggie. Did he ever give you advice, or did he say, "Hey, I like your voice," or anything like that?
He didn't even know at the time I did music. I was just keep my little sister running around, hanging out with them. I've done like commercials for Tommy Hilfiger or just supporting her being at the studio. I would see them. So he never
Gotcha.
knew I did music, but he always looked out for me as a little sister. Yes, he will give me conversation and yeah. hmm
Nice. We were talking about your acting and all that. And one of the videos you acted in was Breakups to Makeups. Had other stars in there. Of course, it's Method Man. There's D'Angelo, Karan Goodman from The Youngsters. 50 Cent was in there. How was that?
Well, working with Hype is always an adventure and exciting. Um, Method Man and D'Angelo, of course, are icons and legendary. So it was definitely a good thing to be a part of. I had fun. Um, Karan and 50, Karan was definitely and still is definitely a dope producer. 50, I had just met him. He was very humble and cool when I met him. And having conversation with him at that time, he had a vision. And to see it play out now is like, wow, this power to the people type of thing. Like, I like to see people doing their thing and I like to congratulate
So you
people.
said 50 had a vision. So did he tell you up front he wanted to have all these businesses? He wanted to be a hot rapper. He wanted to have an album.
No, but he did say he was working on an album.
Okay.
Yeah. And was working on music. He used to work with Karan, so it was understood he did music.
Makes sense. Definitely. So
hmm
about a year later, correct me if I'm wrong, was your first break in hip hop on the remix for Holler with Ja Rule?
That was the first song I've done. Yes, I'm glad that you said that. Yeah, Holla Holla was major for me and one of my biggest highlights, I think, out of my whole career. One of the greatest memories to me, because I never touched a mic. I never did a mic check in my whole career ever. Still to this day, I don't do mic check. And we all went to the Apollo. Shout out to Harlem. We went out to Apollo to perform. It was Rough Riders, Rockefeller, and Murder Inc. And we did Holla Holla. And all I can remember is um, Jay-Z part was before me. And when I came out, I just looked up to Jay-Z. He was one of my biggest artists. Um, his energy was great. His camp was great. And I knew if I came on after him, I had to kill it. So I remember touching the mic and coming out, Vita, Vita. And he was just like staring at me like, who this little girl? But I knew I had to represent myself. I had to represent Jersey. And I had a legend looking at me. So I had to go hard, which I do anyway. But I just wanted to go harder because I knew he was looking.
Definitely. You definitely killed it after Jay-Z and everything. So I'm not saying you didn't rap before, because obviously you did. You didn't have a huge track record. The original Holla Holla was obviously huge. Did anybody have to push for you to be on the remix, or was it relatively just kind of organic and it fit right into place?
It fit into place. John Irv made the decisions, and it was what it was. Everybody that was on made it. Bleak, Busta Rhymes, Jay, Black Child, myself, and Caddy. You know?
Excellent.
hmm
So would you say basically Hype Williams almost set you up with Murder Inc., or is there a different route?
Look at you being fancy.
I'm a fancy
Um,
boy.
yes, actually, I had a deal with Universal Records originally, and Irv introduced. I'm sorry, Hype introduced me to Irv because I was originally under Hype Dog, Big Dog Films, and I was just supposed to be on a compilation originally with them, and they asked me to be on the label, and they matched the same deal with that Universal presented to me, and I ran with the ink. hmm
Oh, so you jumped ship, but if they didn't have the money, you probably would have stayed.
Um, that's a sticky situation, and I'm surprised I'm talking to you about this. Um, I didn't jump ship.
Okay.
I thought I was doing a compilation album, and they asked me to be on. So basically, it's like, okay, we was getting ready to go on tour, and I had to make a decision. And I'm not going to get too much into that. Maybe we can do that on part two, part three, or
Okay.
somebody else's station or my own station. So I'm not going to give y'all everything. But that was a very, very sticky situation for me. And I decided to ride with people that I felt believed in me. And things went the way it went. So boom,
Okay. So
boom.
obviously Irv Gotti must have believed in you before he brought you aboard, correct?
Hype Williams believed in me. I don't think Irv Gotti really believed in me in the beginning. No, I believe that once he seen my growth, he felt that I could have been a star. But Hype Williams believed in me in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, and I
Gotcha.
believed in me.
Did Irv Gotti do a good job steering your career? Was he a good businessman in terms of you and when you were around him?
I don't know. You need to ask Irv Gotti that.
In terms of your career, though, you can't answer that part. Did he guide you in the right? Did he give you good
I
advice? Did
feel
he?
like I feel like he put me. He did good placement for my career. Yes, Irv Gotti did that. The world knows me because of Irv Gotti. Did my album come out because of Did my album not come out because of Irv Gotti? I wouldn't say it was completely his fault. To me, I think it was also timing, a new label, so many of the label mates doing good, which was Ashanti and Ja. I don't know, maybe it was too much pressure. I'm not holding grudges against anybody. I kept it moving, and for me, I looked at it as timing. If we would have dropped my album, or dropped more singles, then I would have been able to show what I had to bring to the table. And I never really got my chance, and that's fine. But anytime I ever touched anybody stage, I always represent, I always give my good energy, show you what I'm capable of. What I'm not in control over is really not my fault. And a lot of people would like for me to be in control over a lot of things, but sometimes you're not. But um I could have kept pushing. I walked away and was still in the studio at times, but I was in Bermuda. My mom got sick, and she passed away, and then it was like, hey,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? My window, what I see and what y'all see is not the same outlook anymore. So not just about the business, but no matter where I go, it keep following me, and I'm really better at it now than I was then. So yeah, and thank God for good genes. So I'm still, I'm still looking. I'm
Still
still
looking
looking
fresh.
okay. Right. So shout out to the women. Shout out to everybody who helped me in my career. And I'm sorry things didn't go as planned, but I'm still here. I'm still breathing, and I'm still good at what I do. Um, from the past generation to generations today, I'll give you a run for your money.
Very good. All right, so we're gonna jump back to some of your earlier songs, but you brought up your album. Of course, that's La Dolce Vita. So it was never released. So from the outside looking in, I'm not an artist, I'm kind of confused. Don't you sign a record deal with the intent you owe them one, two, three albums? I don't know what the paperwork said, but isn't that generally what it says? And how would you get out of that?
I don't know. You gotta ask Irv Gotti that.
Okay. One of my favorite songs you ever appeared in was Lap Dance. I want to know how that came to fruition. And honestly, it was such a cool song. If you did not do the hook, I don't know that anybody else could do that better than you did.
Oh, oh, baby, you want me? Now you can get this lap dance here free. Yeah, shout out to Pharrell. He's a genius. When everybody thought, who is this guy? He was different, amazing, and giving you flavor. Um, the video was out of this world. Of course, late night you had the rated X, so we had naked girls running around. I'm sure the guys is loving that. There were so many different amazing artists that brought so many different flavors and sauce to it. So I was excited about that. Khalees, everybody was just different and unique. Nobody wasn't trying to be like anybody, and the video was different. Outside of the girls being naked, it was just raw and uncut. Um, Regular people on bikes in the neighborhood just having fun.
Couldn't compare it to
So
anything. Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty dope video, and Lap Dance was a crossover record for me, and I was glad to be a part of it.
Excellent. Great song. Very unique. Now, there was another gentleman on there that I have not heard much about since then. His name was Lee Harvey. Can you tell me anything about him? Where is he at?
Wow, I thought he was a pretty dope kid, Lee Harvey. I'm not really sure what happened to him. He was on the record. He was pretty dope. I know he was from Virginia, but I'm not really sure what happened to him. Hopefully he's good. Shout out to Lee Harvey.
Excellent.
I thought he was in a league with the Eminems, and even had a different cadence of Eminem, and could have had his own lane, but I'm not really sure what happened.
Yeah, we just heard the one verse, and then everybody was kind of excited for his album or more material from it. I don't recall seeing much. I've looked him up. There's not a whole lot online. But your biggest song, would you say, is with Ja Rule, Put It On Me?
That was definitely one of the biggest records I've been on. Yes, Ja Rule's always been a big artist, always had that melodic flow, made the girls dance, and he also gave you the street records. But Put It On Me did more numbers than the Beatles. Um, Little Mo went to church on it. Shout out to Little Mo. And she killed it and just took it to another level. We recorded that in Cali. The energy was good, and the record still to this day plays, and makes money for everybody.
Yeah, still a hot song. You can play it at the club today, and people are still going to dance. Everyone knows it for sure. So, name anything you may have learned from Ja Rule.
uh Crowd participation.
Okay. What do you mean by that? Just so I understand.
When we was on tour, teaching me a few things about participating with the crowd. That's one of the things that just stood out when you asked me that. And the crowd loves Ja still to this day. Outside of things people feel hurt his career, he's still a pretty dope artist. Whether people feel he's relevant, whether things worked out for Murder Inc. or us or not, I would never take away that he's not a dope artist still to this day, you know? And
Sure.
a lot of people may be hot right now, but are their records going to play forever?
Exactly. Can they stand the test of time? Like Put It On Me and some other songs, for sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of dope artists out here that music will live forever.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Do you still keep in contact with them? Ja Rule?
We have spoken, yeah. I have done shows. The last show I've done with them was in New Jersey at the NJ Pack. I think it was January 5th. And, you know, I'm from Jersey, so I came through and I ripped it down real quick. And the crowd went crazy, crazy, crazy. They like, there she goes.
Oh,
Yeah,
hypothetically, Ja Rule calls you tomorrow and wants to work on a song with you. You're in?
of course.
Makes sense.
But I don't think Ja's focusing on music right now.
Right, right. I know other things have gone on and all that. Gotcha. So let's go through the Vita catalog. Any song you've ever appeared on. What is your favorite?
Mm. Um, We murderers, baby. I'm here for you, baby. I'll ride for you, baby. You and I together, may we bless forever.
Still got the
I'll be
voice.
running and gunning them down. That's one of mine. And when shit get ugly, in a purse with a snug beat. Murderous bitch, give a fuck if you hate or love me. Feel you above me, bitch, broke down inside. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Very nice.
My voice is still saucy, by the way, baby.
And also
Vita's
hashtag Vita
baby.
still got it.
Vita still got it. Vita still got it. Vita still got it. Vita still.
What are your
Hey,
thoughts on Ashanti? And do you have a current good relationship with her?
I've seen her at the show. Her and her mom, they were cool.
Hmm.
She looks happy, and I'm happy for her as well.
Definitely. Heck of a talent.
That's the la- That's the last time I've seen her. Yes, at the
Sure.
show.
Gotcha. So when we think about Murder Inc., arguably the biggest record label at that time, but at the same time, do you feel like maybe they underachieved? I feel like their body of work could have and should have been even bigger than it was.
Murder Inc. is bigger than what people give us credit for. We performed a lot overseas. We ripped down so many shows. Our energy was like impeccable. I don't think we got as big as we should have got in America, but it is what it is. We had a hard time with our name. We had a hard time with our album being put in stores because of the name Murder Inc. So, you know, the odds be against you anyway.
That's interesting. So all I remember is around that time frame, 2001, 2002, the album blowing up. So you actually are saying there was record stores that wouldn't sell the music?
No, I said placement. Like we couldn't have promotion in front of their stores. Like you couldn't promote Murder Inc. in their store. You could find it in there, but they wouldn't like promote it too big because of the name Murder. You know.
Okay, got it. Oh, so that makes sense. So
Gotti
you,
got a lot of slack. Gotti got a lot of slack with the name in the beginning, but you know he's his own man. And he makes the decision and he rolled with it, and it stood out. But in the beginning, people didn't want him to use that name. I'm sure.
you being a dope female rapper. Now, I want to know some of your influences in the rap game, possibly female. Now, also, I wonder, do you look up to someone like the Brat? And the reason why I reference her is because she was the first female rapper to go platinum.
Yeah, I love Brat. I love her ponytails. I thought she was always cool. When I had a chance to meet her through my sister, um, she was cool. You know, I still know her still to this day. She's on radio doing her thing. And shout out to Brat. I'm so happy about her. Everything that's going great for her.
What is your influence to other female rappers? Do you think you get the respect you deserve?
I don't know. I don't really look for it too much. But I do know some female rappers
Okay.
that I'm cool with, yes. But I'm not out here searching for anything. Um, Females can get more money if we support each other. It's rare that you have seen group of females that come together that do rap music and go on tour. I'm pretty sure you've seen R&B artists come together and do it, but not too many rappers come together and make that happen. And it's not really just up to us. It's about the promoters and the people who see the big vision on making it happen. And if we learn to support each other throughout the years, it won't be so much cattiness on feeling like we can't come together.
Gotcha.
I'm not you, you not me, and I don't know.
So let's say we put a female tour together. Can you name three, four, or five artists you'd like to be working with?
Hmm. Wow. If I went on tour, let's see. I don't know. This is a bad question. I never really thought about it.
No one from the
Um,
90s, no one from the early 2000s. You wouldn't want Foxy
okay,
Brown with
okay.
you?
So myself, Lady London, Foxy Brown, Little Kim, and Lauren Hill.
There we go. Excellent answer. So, do you have a dream collaboration? It could be past or present. Maybe say, oh, I wish I could have did a song with Biggie. Or I mean, we can go all the way back to Sam Cooke. Just an example.
No.
You don't have one person you wish you did a song with.
Mm, no. I feel like no. Whatever was meant to be happened. So I don't really sit back and wish on anything. I don't even have an artist that I want to work with now. Like I like things to be genuine, and my main focus is me. So no.
Okay. I respect your answer. So I just want to dig into that a little bit deeper. So why would you say really nobody? I mean, usually when I talk to somebody, the stereotypical ones would be, I want to work with Pac, I want to work with Biggie. That's what I usually hear. I'm not saying that's what you should have said. I'm just curious why you said, this is how it was, this is how it should be.
Well, you were talking about past, right?
It
Or
could
were
be
you talking
anybody.
about
I was just
present?
saying it could be past, present, future. It was one person you would think you could do a hot song with, or you wish you could have, or something.
I've always had girl power from back in the day. So if we speaking on past, I would have did a song with Foxy Brown or
Okay.
Little Kim. But Foxy have invited me out to show, showed me love. I've showed her love. And people will say, why the two? They don't this and they don't. I don't really care about that. I stay neutral. I just thought they were dope artists growing up that I thought were pretty dope. And Lauren Hill. So those were my three. Um, but that was the reason why I said it wasn't my focus because I knew I wasn't in control and I couldn't make things happen. And I knew that back then they didn't do Foxy Brown and Kim didn't do a song. And I think it was because of guys. I don't know if I'm completely correct or not, but just because we want something to happen don't mean it's going to happen. So I still try to stay focused on myself is what I meant. You can't get caught up in what we want to make happen all the time and having girl power. But just because we have it don't mean it's going to happen. Sometimes we get distracted from things we want to happen by people that's not going to allow it to happen. You feel what I'm saying?
I do. I definitely feel it for sure.
So
Gotcha.
now, for me today, um, I see a lot of females that could support each other do, and I see people that try to support each other and things don't work out. And I don't know why. I don't know why females have it so hard in the game, but I have been paying attention to some people that's going to come up in the game. So again, like I said earlier, I like Lady London. Would I do a song with her? Yes, I would do a song with her. But I also would like to see her win too. Ah,
Okay. Vita, do you have any kids? Do you have a daughter?
nope.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking is, so again, we'll say hypothetically, if you had a daughter and she said she wanted to be a rapper, would you support her? Would you be negative on it?
Hmm. Well, I have a niece that's kind of like a daughter, my sister's daughter. She raps and she sings. So, yes, I will let her have fun with it. I will support her with it. But she will learn about multiple incomes before thinking that the music game will take care of the rest of her life. I wouldn't want to stunt her growth. I want her to be creative, whether it's with clothes, music, fashion, because it all come into one. You can't do a video without just being a creator. So yes, I would love to support my daughter in the music game if I had one.
Gotcha.
But I would teach her to be a shark and I would teach her to be on point. I would teach her to dot her I's and cross her T's. And I would teach her not to live in fear and crowd participation.
Crowd participation. Excellent. If 2020 Vita could tell 2000 Vita anything or teach her anything, what would that be?
my God, baby, don't stress about things that's out of your control. Live life, continue to be you. Don't worry about people, worry about how you feel. Don't allow people to bring you into their world, bring them into yours. Um, it's okay to be wet behind the ears and know that everything's gonna be okay. Wow, you was a warrior, like I was a soldier, and I'm still strong to this day and have been defeated, overcame, lost, won, and all I could tell people is like anytime you're going through something, the old Vita, hey, if you're gonna go through something, don't worry about it because things will get better is what I would tell her. Don't even trip.
Very good. So, in your opinion, who is the greatest of all time? Can be guy, can be girl, anyone you want to say.
Of the music game?
Music game, rapper. Let's start with that. Who's the greatest rapper of all time?
That's that's hard. How you gonna ask me that? How am I supposed to answer this? Let's see. I have a few.
Okay.
Hmm.
We'll accept a few. That's fine.
I respect people. It's too many, and I respect so many people from different states, coasts. But I'm from the East Coast, so I'll keep it simple and represent the coast that I'm from. Hmm.
And there's really no wrong answer.
Mm-mm. Right. That's why I don't know why you're asking me this.
I'm just curious. I'd like to. I'm interviewing you. I'd like to know
Okay.
your opinion.
I love Jay Z because he comes from the street, paper bag money. You know, started from the bottom. Now I'm here. You know, Pop. Pac's like kind of sort of like me. He can go wherever he want to go, whether he's from Baltimore, whether he's from Jersey. He's a traveler, and I won't compare him. I compare myself to him being able to go where he can go, but not lyrically. No, I'm not Pac. But Pac was pretty dope, and he told you stories and he told you pain. Um, Jay-Z is another great one to me. I said that already.
You can say it twice. He's
Jay-Z,
that good. He just deserved to say him twice, I guess.
I love Biggie. I love Jadakiss. I love X. I don't know.
What
It's a
do you
hard
think
question.
about Tretch from Naughty by Nature?
That's my homie. That's like my big bro. He's
Excellent
an
lyricist.
icon. He's
Yeah,
opened
absolutely.
up doors. He's kicked down doors for everybody in the game after. If there was no Tretch, there would be no Biggie or no Jay-Z.
Definitely. Even Eminem said he inspired him very much lyrically when we talk
Yeah, they
about
were
Tretch.
very unique. I have songs with Tretch. Very unique, very outgoing, and they represent New Jersey. So plus he's a stand-up guy. And
Definitely.
he's Jersey, so iconic, legendary, will go down in history. Shout out to my big bro, Tretch from Naughty by Nature.
Okay, maybe this is my fault for not finding it. Can I see or find your songs with Tretch online somewhere, or was it not released?
No, we didn't release them. We still
Okay.
have them though.
So you just have this in a vault, a solo album, songs with Tretch, all that are
Yeah,
just
we working on a project with this producer out of Jersey, and we did a song, two songs together, and we also was in an independent movie that was in Redbox.
okay. That's you and Tretch you're talking about.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right, so let's ask you. I think I know what your answer is going to be, but who's the best female rapper of all time?
Oh, best female rapper of all
Does her name
time.
start with a V, or would you go a different route?
Yes, Vita. Boom. I love Lauren Hill. I'm gonna. My answer is always gonna be the same. Lauren Hill, Little Kim Hardcore, and Foxy Brown. You know.
For your off the radar segment, I always try to get into something that I feel the media didn't cover or something that's kind of confusing. So it's reported you had your song Justify My Love, but Madonna would not approve it. Now, she didn't want you to rap on it. One, is that accurate? And can you elaborate on that for me?
Um, she wanted the song to be the same, because Lenny Kravitz produced it, and they wanted it to sound exactly like her, and with remixes and changing beats. There's different type of money in different situations. So we did it to show the creative side to it, but we had two versions and we kept it the exact same way, seductive sound that she wanted. So it worked. I loved it. She loved it. And boom.
Cool song.
It was very sexy. Hype did a great job. Shout out to Hype Williams. Shout out to all the sexy guys that was in the video. Boom.
Boom. When you read up on it, it almost makes it look like she didn't want you to be a part of it, or she just didn't want you to rap. But the fact is, she still signed off on your version, which is a huge compliment, correct?
Yes, like Madonna. Who signs off of anything? Um, Dealing with Madonna. She has to love it. I was in Miami and Lenny Kravitz was like, "That's the girl from the," and I'm like, I love Lenny Kravitz, but I used to have a big crush on him. I'm over it now.
Another icon. You're over it. You've moved
Um,
on.
Moved on, but I was like, me. So his assistant called me. And I'm like, he was like, "Oh, I love what you did with this song," and then I didn't even realize he produced the record. So I couldn't say anything. I was just like really in shock. Like, oh my God, is this man talking to me?
All right, Vita, before I let you go, is there anything else you'd like to promote, and how can fans follow your career? How can they keep up with you?
La Vita Raynor, LaVitaRaynor. Um, Vita, baby on IG. Follow me. Check out my website, www.vitababybaby.com. I have some future projects. I'm building one of a kind pieces, new items to come, new music to come. Vita's back in a good place. Bye.
Vita's back, baby.
And you're listening to Off the Radar with Nick. Listen to Vita, baby.